Hi there, and welcome to Mindfulness Practice with Paul Sugar. It's good to be with you today, and I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday from 4 to 4:20ish, 4:20, 4:30, and we're going to start today's practice with our 15-second mindful smile. We're going to follow the science behind smiling. We're going to combine it with mindfulness, and it's going to make it even more effective. So big smile, big as you can, and then doing a body scan, just noticing your body, your thoughts, your emotions, and your breath while you're smiling. Here we go. Big smile, just sensing how you're feeling, being present with that smile. Alrighty, I love starting off my practice with that mindful smile. Next, we're going to do a 2-minute mindful breath, and then I'm going to introduce our practice for today, our 8-minute practice for today, and then at the end, we can do some questions and answers. So let's get into our mindful posture, which is simply a comfortable position. If you're sitting, just lining up the head, the neck, and the spine, and sitting up straight but not rigid, shoulders are back, embodying that sense of alert attention and self-acceptance. Alert attention and self-acceptance, and then either with your eyes open or closed or glancing down, let's bring our attention to the breath as we begin our mindful breathing. Breathing in and out through the nose, fully experiencing each in-breath, each out-breath. Letting the breath come and go naturally. Using the breath for now as our connecting point to the body. Body being that doorway into the present moment experience. Breathing. Noticing when the attention wanders, noticing where it goes to. Maybe it goes to a thought or an emotion or a physical sensation or one of the 5 senses. Taking note of that and then coming back to the breath. Building up that mindful muscle by that coming and going. Attention wanders, attention comes back. Attention wanders, attention comes back. Just like weightlifting with repetitions, building that mindful muscle. Staying with the breath. Noticing that in-breath and the slight pause, and then the out-breath. You might even notice the movement of the lower abdomen, that area below the belly button as the breath begins, rolls up into the chest, and rolls back down again. Okay, so for today's practice, we're going to do a mindfulness practice that's not really that well known and not really thought of as much with mindfulness. But to me, it's one of the most enjoyable practices that I do with mindfulness, and that is mindful thinking. Mindful thinking is really, really important because we live in a culture where the mind and thoughts and so forth and so on are overemphasized. And for many of us, we have this compulsive string of thoughts that come and go. We just don't seem to have any control over our thoughts, and they become obsessive. Many of us have tried different ways to push the thoughts away, and we've found that it just doesn't work. But with this particular mindfulness practice, I've found that it's a great way to slow down the thoughts and then finally just stop them to the point where you can then choose to think or choose not to think. Very, very effective practice. And one of the first things that we learn with the mindful thinking is that we don't have to believe our thoughts. In fact, most of the time, they're not even really that accurate. But I'm going to start the practice now with a warm-up, a little warm-up of just coming to the body, noticing the physical sensations. And so, once again, assuming the mindful position, the attitude of alert attention and self-acceptance, and eyes open, closed, or glancing down, and then bringing the attention to the body, moving the attention around the body and noticing what's present. Just noticing what's present, taking inventory of what you're able to experience in the body in this moment. You may notice areas of comfort or discomfort, or there may be nothing in particular going on in different parts of the body, so just neutral kinds of experiences. Keeping the attention with the body, just moving it around, moving the attention around in any particular order, touching base with all of the different body parts. Staying with the body. And then expanding the field of attention to include the entire body. This is a little bit of a different practice than the one that we were just doing, in that we're holding the entire body in the field of attention rather than moving the attention around to different body parts. So it's a subtle difference, but it's just another way of building up that skill set of attention in the present moment. So sensing the body as a whole as we use the attention to expand itself to include that experience of the entire body. Maybe sensing your energy level right now. Noticing maybe you've got energy, a lot of energy, a little bit of energy, just medium. Maybe combining the breath with the body. A lot of people find it helpful to sense the breath throughout the body, but whatever works best for you. I'm a fan of creativity and imagination when it comes to practicing mindfulness. So you finding your sweet spot there, using your creativity and imagination to create this experience of the body as a whole. And once again, when the attention wanders, noticing that, bringing it back to the experience of the body, fully connecting to the body, to the present moment. And now shifting the attention to thinking. And this practice is particularly interesting in that everybody seems to approach mindful thinking in a little bit of a different way. So another opportunity to exercise your creativity and imagination. In whatever way that works for you, just noticing each thought as it comes and goes. If it's helpful, you can silently say to yourself every once in a while, thinking. Some people notice images, some people notice feelings, maybe connections to emotions with each thought. So putting the welcome mat out for each thought, rather than pushing them away, which a lot of these other practices do, and they just don't work. But when you put the welcome mat out and allow yourself to fully experience each thought as it comes and goes, that's where the magic happens. So just noticing how you're experiencing these thoughts. Noticing that perhaps the monkey mind in our culture, that mind that darts all over the place all the time, may be normal in our culture, but it certainly is not natural. So we're moving toward natural thinking, which is where thinking really comes under your control, where you choose whether to think, or whether not to think, or what to think. So you gain the opportunity of having choice in your life when it comes to thinking. Staying with the thoughts. Mindful thinking, connecting to the body, to the present moment, simply by attending to thinking. Just noticing that thought, noticing those groups of thoughts. From time to time, you might even notice a space in between thoughts. If you get lost in your thought, just use the breath to come back to the present moment, to connect to the body, and then go back to the thoughts. Thoughts can have a way of taking you off into la-la land. And remember, you don't have to believe everything you think. Noticing those thoughts. Some people experience thoughts like a picture on a movie screen. Others notice thoughts like clouds in the sky. How do you notice thoughts? Different for everybody. Find your sweet spot and experience your thoughts that way. So what's happening when you're welcoming those thoughts? When you're looking for those thoughts? And now letting go of the thoughts, returning the attention to the breath. Breathing. Experiencing that complete breath, starting at the abdomen, working its way up into the chest and the shoulders, and then rolling back down again. Complete breath. In and out through the nose. And now, if your eyes are closed, let's open eyes now so that we can build that bridge between our formal mindfulness meditation practice and bringing mindfulness into our daily activities so that we're experiencing it 24/7, moving from the stress mode to balance and then into those peak performance experiences, those flow states. So we want to just be good meditators. We also want to be bringing all that good stuff into our daily activity, whether it be mindful eating, mindful communicating, mindful walking, anything, mindful movement, just being present 24/7. Eyes are open, building the bridge, creating that seamless transition between meditation and the rest of our activity, the rest of our days and lives. Breathing, fully present with the breath, fully reconnecting with the body, reversing any disconnection that we might be experiencing from chronic stress, from being stuck in that stress mode, in that fight or flight mode. That's how we reverse the tables there. Just by simply reconnecting to the body. It'll shift the nervous system out of fight or flight, get us out of that stress mode so that we get to experience life as it should be experienced, with our eyes open, experiencing things as they truly are. All right, so if anybody has any comments that they want to make or questions that they want to ask, we could take a few minutes out to address those. Yeah, Jay wants to know if we can combine movement with these mindfulness practices. And that's definitely something that we will be doing very soon, in fact. Keep coming on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we will begin to incorporate movement as our mindfulness meditation. And Larry always asks these simple questions. What is liberation in mindfulness? The answer is How long do you have? We could take hours and fill volumes of books about that. Briefly, I'll just say liberation is the experience of the present moment. We'll keep it simple for today. All right, so it's 4:20, so that seems to be a good time to finish up. So let's finish with our mindful smile, just like the same way we started out, and combining the science behind smiling with the science behind mindfulness, and creating a very potent experience combining those two things. So about 15 seconds, big smile, big as you can. Smiling. All righty. So it's good to be with you today, and I look forward to being with you again. Next time is next Tuesday at 4 p.m. Arizona time, and have a great day. Bye-bye.